Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cloud Solutions Academy. I'm Naveen Balani. A lot of our viewers have asked me to talk about the Google Cloud Fellow Certification Program, like how do you enroll, what is the eligibility criteria, what does the interview process looks like, and finally how you can become a Google Cloud Certified Fellow. So to answer all these questions and much more, I have a special guest with me today. His name is Andrew, Andy as we call him, who leads the Google Cloud Fellow Certification Program to talk about the program in much detail. So let's zoom in into the Cloud Solutions Academy studio. So welcome Andy to Cloud Solutions Academy.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you inviting me and giving me a forum to chat with you, one of our certified fellows, yourself, about the program and to answer any questions. So thank you so much for your time.
So Andy, can you just brief our viewers what do you do in Google and some history about this unique certification program?
Happy to. So thank you. So I'm an exam content developer at Google Cloud Certification. So my role is creating and program managing a certification program. So what does that entail? That entails building out the structure of the exam, the job description of the target audience that we hope to certify, and then developing the content for the exam itself. That's working with subject matter experts such as yourself to ensure that the tasks and job role that an individual has and encompasses is being reflected on the exam. Obviously, the products that they're using, the technology, the experience that we're hoping to assess, we want to make sure that all of that is covered in the design of a program. So we work very much on that. So that's what I do, and that's what my fellow colleagues do on the certification team. So, that can take months and months and months to develop a new program. And then, of course, we're constantly managing, updating the content, evolving programs as necessary. So the Fellows Program was created in 2019, and it was created at the request of senior cloud leadership. And so the idea was we have this new technology, Anthos. We have users that are very excited about it. They're out there in the public using it. They're using it for their customers themselves. They're using it for their own enterprise solutions. We should recognize these individuals. We should support them and build up a cohort of global individuals who are using this technology. And so we had a pilot program in 2019, and then it evolved into a fully live program, which you've experienced over the last 18 months. And so the idea is to create, obviously a group of individuals, a cohort of individuals who Google supports through engagement sessions, exclusive events, access to product and engineering teams, that sort of thing. And in return, our hope is that the fellows are out there in the public, speaking on behalf of Google at conferences, writing blogs, speaking about Anthos, having that discussion with their customers and partners about the benefits of Anthos and the migration strategies surrounding that. So it's a very complex program, obviously. You have to be nominated, then you have to go through independent lab work and sit for a panel interview. So it's very comprehensive, but we're really excited about how we've built the program and how it's expanded globally and continues to evolve.
Thanks, Andy, for the insight. I actually didn't know so much effort has gone in for creating certification, not just the fellow certification, right? But I mean, looking at the intensity of work, I would say all Google certification, right, would go through a similar set of process.
That's very true. We do what we call a job task analyses, where we evaluate the job role of the individual that we're hoping to assess and certify. That takes, can take several months. There's a lot of analysis that goes into creating the content with subject matter experts, testing the content, making sure that it's viable, that it's fair. and that we're appropriately assessing individuals who we expect to have a certain level of experience and knowledge for that certification. So I think a lot of people often think that certification programs are just high-level quizzes, right? And they're not. A lot of effort goes in and investment goes into these programs, specifically to make sure that they're fair and balanced, and that we're really, acknowledging and assessing someone's skills. So we do that, to make sure that the program is strong on the Google side, but also fair and strong and appropriate for the candidates and obviously the certified community at large. So when you're going into an organization and saying, I hold this certification, that you know that it's worth something, that the employer knows it's worth something, because your skills are being validated. And so that's what we're really excited about, and that's why we put in so much investment and focus in that.
Thanks, Eddie. I think this was quite a valuable information. If you could share more details about how one can qualify for this program, what is the eligibility process, and how do you go about evaluating the fellow participants?
That's a great question. So, as I mentioned, it's a very rigorous process. And what we're looking for is someone who obviously has the technical acumen in the cloud technology space. We typically expect someone to have 8 to 10 years of experience working in cloud technologies overall, and obviously have a proficiency with Anthos, the ability to migrate solutions using Anthos, the ability to recommend Anthos and develop a solution using that technology for customers and partners, relying on their experience in the cloud space, of course, and also having leadership and business impact capabilities. So those are also very important rubrics. So we're looking for that individual that can touch all those spaces. They can lead a project, they can talk about the non-technical aspects of a project, such as the financial and compliance aspects of a migration project or a solution. And so we're looking for somebody who has that ability to impact and drive technology forward, to recommend a solution that's successful using Anthos, to convince business stakeholders and customers and partners about the benefits of using Anthos. And so the process, to your point, is very it's very challenging. So you first have to be nominated either by a Googler. So if someone in your audience is interested in joining the program, they should reach out to their Google customer or partnership team and talk to them about a nomination, which is pretty straightforward. And then our team reviews that nomination and will send an application to that individual. And so I encourage someone who's really interested to really think very hard and in depth about their responses to the questions on the application, which of course are very standard. Tell us about your experience, tell us about a particular job function you've done in the hybrid multi-cloud space, that sort of thing. Very, very, very standard. We review the application, again looking for someone with that deep level experience, that ability to impact, that ability to lead a project. And then we would admit that person through that application, and then and then that's where the work really begins for them. They have to go through 6 hours of independent lab review. That's done independently through our Quick Labs tool. On our website, we have an exam guide allowing a candidate to know what's in that lab work, so they can prepare for that. And then after that, then they go on to the 2-hour panel interview, where they present on a case study and make a recommended migration solution to the case study problem using Anthos for a panel of 3 Googlers. So it's quite time consuming and quite in depth, but we're really excited about the results that we've seen and the individuals such as yourself who are members of the program.
Thanks, Andy, for sharing your insights. I think the journey of the certification, I think it's more like informal kind of interview, I would say, right? Which is, I think, very well organized, right from submitting your nomination. The lab exercises are equally challenging, and the interview process, right, which actually is close to 2 hours or so, right, which was quite challenging enough. If you could share some follow-on tips, resources on what the budding fellows should follow, right, for the certification process.
Yes, absolutely. So, we don't want this to be a surprise for any candidate who is going through the process. We want to be very open and forward and public about what we expect in a candidate and what types of information we'll be assessing, what types of experience rather, and information that we'll be assessing during the process. So it's all on our website, which you can find at cloud.google.com/certifications. Which has information on all of our certification programs, but it's also, of course, the Hybrid Multi-Cloud Fellows program. Someone can click there, and then we have an exam guide which outlines all of the information that would be expected of a candidate as a candidate for the application process, as well as what we would expect them to do for the lab work, the assessment, what types of experience we're assessing in the lab work, and then, of course, the information that we would be assessing during the panel interview, which is the leadership, business impact, and technical acumen portion of the process, where, again, they'll be presenting on a case study that we would provide them for a panel of 3 Googlers and a moderator. So it's all public. There are no secrets. There are no surprise questions. To your point, Naveen, it's meant to be very conversational, an opportunity for us to get to know a candidate and their experiences. So yes, while it is, an interview where panelists are obviously asking questions, it is meant to be laid back and not intimidating and a friendly conversation. So we try to keep it very light, even though we're talking about very complex things, obviously.
Apart from, I think, the Google Cloud resources, I think basically your experiences, right, whatever you have gained over the years, right, will definitely help you to qualify.
Exactly. And we also want it to be a good experience for the candidate. We understand and respect that individuals have their day jobs and their personal lives, and they're very busy individuals in many aspects. So we try to not make it too taxing or stressful for candidates that are interested in joining the program.
Now, Google Cloud certification has already 40 plus members. These are diverse set of people. If you can share some experiences about this group.
Yes, well, that's a great question. So the wonderful thing about the group is that their experiences are quite diverse. They come from a wide range of organizations. We have over 25 customer and partnership organizations represented as fellows, a wide array of experiences. We have everyone from a cloud architect up to the CTO level of an organization. So a wide range of experiences, which is really great. And to your point about engagement, a key component of the program is twofold. It's providing engagement opportunities for the fellows, exclusive opportunities internally with Google, and also externally, opportunities to present on Google's behalf at conferences, opportunities for us to amplify, a blog article, or highlight something that's going on with a customer and partnership team in this space. And in return, we also, expect and hope that the fellows will be out there evangelizing and sharing the good news and the good benefits of Anthos as a technology. And so what we've been doing is we've been doing fellows-only events internally with our product and engineering teams. We have some opportunities coming up where some fellows will be presenting at Google Cloud Next, which is coming up in October. We have opportunities at other conferences such as All Day DevOps, Kafka, that sort of thing. So we're constantly working on expanding those opportunities. It's been a little bit of a challenge during the pandemic. Ideally, we would all come together periodically and have speakers and that sort of thing. So we've been doing everything virtually this last year and a half, of course, but have seen a lot of success. One challenge, as you know, sitting in the APAC region, is having events for a global audience with different time zones. So oftentimes, we have events in the Americas or EMEA, which is in the middle of the night for you. And of course, we don't expect you to come in the middle of the night to listen to someone speak. So we're really working hard to find additional opportunities in all regions, so then we can have an engaging experience for all of our fellows, regardless of where they are in the world. So that's something that we're constantly working on, and we're really excited about some things that are brewing for the future.
That's good to know, Andy. And based on my experience, I think working with the product team, right, the Antos team, given an opportunity to provide feedbacks on the user interface, the product, DevOps, build process, I think was quite engaging. 3-day Anthos bootcamp that we had, right, I think was quite helpful, right, for us to understand what Anthos features are coming up in the market and be prepared for it. This certification, I mean, definitely gives you an opportunity, right, to work with the wider set of Google teams, right, be it products, technology, or maybe even in marketing in future. I mean, it's just not a certification, right? It's basically being connected to the Google team, right, in some shape and form, right, through events, blogging, or various other mediums.
And it's connecting those dots and developing those relationships. You know, if you needed to talk to someone on a particular team, we can help make that happen and facilitate. We're a large organization, so sometimes it's hard to find the individual who you need an answer from or the right team to talk to, so we help with that. And we also learn a lot from you as a fellow. As you mentioned, feedback sessions. We rely on elite users of our technology, such as yourself, for very open and productive feedback to us, so we can better our products and technologies for the whole community. So to your point, it's beyond a certification. It really is a community of like-minded individuals. On our website as well, you can see each individual and their background and LinkedIn profile. So we definitely like to publicly recognize those who are going through the program as well. That same link for your viewers, in case they're interested, it's cloud.google.com/certification. And again, they can see who the current fellows are, and in addition, learn a little bit more about the program.
Once you become a Google certified fellow, so what's next? Does this certification program expire? And what are the next steps in this process?
That's a great question again. So, as I've mentioned, this is supposed to be a very symbiotic relationship, a community, right? So, Google wants to nurture the fellows with information, with roadmaps, with Q&A sessions, with elite access to our product and engineering teams, as I mentioned. But in return, there are expectations for a fellow. It's evangelizing Anthos. It's speaking when appropriate about the technology, helping to drive adoption, helping to spread the good benefits of the technology. So, that is an expectation of our candidates and fellows once they become certified. Over the last year, obviously, things have been up in the air globally, as we all know. So we have not been enforcing that as strictly as we would have liked. So going forward in 2022, and you're the first to hear about this. This is coming out soon, so this is a late-breaking news for you and your viewers. We will have a recertification requirement, which would entail a certain number of what we call engagement hours. Either producing videos, writing blogs, speaking at conferences, that sort of thing. And so, that's meant to help, not only help us, drive the program forward, but also helping to publicly recognize fellows who are out there doing this work anyways, producing videos, producing articles, speaking automatically, already. So we don't see it as an arduous requirement because many fellows are doing this anyway. It's just recognizing and amplifying that. So the details are coming in the next few months for that going forward, but there won't be a formal recertification where a candidate would have to, or a fellow rather, would have to retake the panel interview or go through the lab work again. Once that has been completed, then there would just be that maintenance requirement of engagement hours, which would start in 2022. So you don't have to sit for another panel. You don't have to go through the lab work again, which is very arduous and time consuming. So we're excited to roll out that new component in 2022.
Yeah. Thanks, Eddie, for sharing this insight. As you mentioned, right, I'm also hearing this for the first time, but hopefully I will have some headway, right, in terms of
Yes.
blogs, in terms of a blogs or book, right? So, but I agree. I think if you want to keep this community vibrant, all fellows have to contribute whatever information we have, right, sharing it back to the community. Any future updates do you want to give our viewers about the Google Cloud certification process or Google certification in general? What is the next big thing in certification?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, we're constantly evolving in our Google Cloud certification offerings. So, and why do we do that? It's to keep up with the technology, right? Technology, as you know, and your viewers know, is constantly changing. Job roles are constantly changing, and we have to change with that movement. And so, we're always reiterating, reviewing, updating content on our current exams, and also looking for new opportunities and new exams and new technologies to create certification programs for. So there's always a lot of talk about, should we have a certification in this area? Should we have a certification in that area? And that's a constant ongoing conversation that we have with multiple departments and individuals within Google. So who knows? We could be having some new exams, new certifications coming down the road soon. One thing that we're also very excited about is the recent launch of our Cloud Digital Leader exam, which recognizes individuals who are, in that space as well. And I encourage your viewers as well to go to the website cloud.google.com/certification and learn more about that Cloud Digital Leader certification that's coming out. We also have some beta exam releases coming up in the future for some of our exams this fall. And what a beta is where we have a select group of individuals take the revised version of an exam and then give us feedback. Are we on point with the types of questions we're asking? We obviously review that performance data to make sure that we're adhering to our test blueprint and that the performance of the exam is as expected for that particular job category. So those are coming up as well. But who knows? There could be many changes, positive changes, we hope, in the works coming down the pike. For the Fellows program, we're constantly looking for more public-facing engagement opportunities for the Fellows. I mentioned we have someone speaking at Next, Cloud Next, which is coming up in October, which is a really big forum. So we're looking forward to hearing that fellow present and other opportunities. So we're really, really excited about where this program is going and where our certification programs are going in general. So stay tuned.
So thank you, Andy, very much for sharing your insights and coming to Cloud Solutions Academy to talk about the certification process. And I'm sure these are all valuable insights for people who want to be a part of the Google Fellow Certification Program or Google certification in general.
Absolutely. Our goal for all of our certification programs is to recognize someone's knowledge and expertise in the various realms of what we're certifying an individual for, including the Fellows program. So we're really excited about our offerings in general. We're really excited about the growth of the Fellows program. And I encourage any of your viewers who are interested in the Fellows program, again, to review the website, to review what is expected of a candidate if they're interested in the program, and then to reach out to their Google customer partnership team that they work with for a potential referral to the program, and then we take it from there. So really hope to meet some like-minded individuals like yourself who are experienced in this space and helping us to grow the program globally. So really appreciate your time today. I appreciate the forum and talking about the program and certifications in general. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you to all our viewers for watching this video. We will talk next week. Thanks, everyone.